Yeah, how can you forget? That is U.S. Capitol Police Officer Eugene Goodman. He diverted a mob, getting them to chase after him and keeping them away from the doors to the Senate chamber. Today, Officer Goodman testified in Doug Jensen's trial.
So this is Jensen, the one chasing Officer Goodman, and he is facing several charges, including assault on a police officer. Investigative reporter Eric Flack watched Officer Goodman's testimony and joins us live outside the courthouse. Flack, what did he say about that day?
Hey, Leslie, you could hear a pin drop inside this courtroom as U.S. Capitol Police Officer Eugene Goodman described some of the most harrowing moments of his life. Goodman took the witness stand here at the courthouse about 2:45 this afternoon to testify against rioter Doug Jensen of Iowa. Goodman is still on the stand right now, more than 2 hours into his testimony, now facing questioning from the defense counsel. You may remember Doug Jensen is accused of leading that group of rioters that chased Officer Goodman through the U.S. Capitol as Goodman led the mob away from senators still inside. Now, we learned today that Goodman actually knew the evacuation routes the senators would be taking, and so he drew the rioters away from those routes. This after already ushering Senator Mitt Romney to safety just minutes earlier. We also learned today that before these iconic images of Goodman inside the Capitol, he had been fighting rioters outside the Capitol on the West Terrace, where he took a direct hit with bear spray. Here's some of what Officer Goodman had to say on the stand late this afternoon on climbing the scaffolding on the West Terrace to fight back rioters. Quote, "At one point the rioters, tried to rock us off the scaffolding. I could feel it swaying," on what he said to Senator Mitt Romney as he directed him to safety. "I told him, I think they're in the building. You need to get back inside the chamber." On facing off with rioters, including Doug Jensen, I told him if they attacked me or charged, I was going to shoot. He, referring to Jensen, said something to the effect of, "Do what you got to do." Officer Goodman testified he actually had his hand on his service revolver as he kind of faced off with those rioters the entire time. The fact that he had his hand on his gun meant that he felt like his life was in fact in danger and he was ready to use deadly force. But keep in mind, guys, he was able to never even remove that gun or point it at those rioters in leading all those rioters away and keeping those senators safe. Back to you.
Remarkable. He was able to stay calm in that situation, Flack, and I know a lot of people are listening to what Officer Goodman has to say because he's kept such a low profile since that day, refusing virtually all interview requests and deflecting attention, if you will. So did you get a sense from listening to him testify as to why?
Yeah, I think, Zoe, what I learned today and listening to him testify was a real humility, a humbleness. He's quiet. At many times they had to ask him to speak up because he's very soft-spoken. He's all about his career as both a police officer and previously he spent many years in the military as well. At one point he talked about how he was running through the halls of Congress to try and make sure those senators stayed safe as he avoided the rioters as well. And they showed some video of him taking off his hat and throwing it into a corner behind a statue. And the prosecutor said, "Why did you do that?" And he said, "Well, I just wanted to make sure I put my hat in a safe place so it wouldn't be damaged by the rioters." I was really touched by that. I wanted to share it with you because I think it kind of gives you a real window into what this man's nature truly is.
Yeah, and we have to remember he is human, and more than likely he is still dealing with the trauma from that day as well. All right, Flack, thank you.